everybody, to the Nerdbot BotCast. Once again, here with my fellow Nerdbotians. I am Anthony Ayala, your host. To my left, which you can't see, but I'm going to describe it as my left, I got the lovely Aaron Golden.
How you doing, sir?
Doing pretty splendid.
All right.
Not like the sugar, just the word.
That's Splenda.
Yeah.
I'm doing sweet and low.
That lovely voice you hear is Zach Roberts.
Hello,
I'm doing
everyone.
Turbinado.
Across from me. And back once again is Ben Heyman, bassist extraordinaire and host of the Game Beat.
God.
That permeated this podcast now.
I ruined your lives.
I know. Zach, Ben, how's that new show going? I've seen a couple episodes. Pretty good.
It's going well.
Liking
We filmed our second episode this week. It was nice. Anthony Ayala was there.
Oh, wow. I helped. I was camera 2, or as Elvin likes to call me, camera 2!
Yeah, he had to use a remote control because one of the tripods may or may not have been broken. I don't know anything about
It could be totally unrelated to this podcast, however,
be.
but we're totally not going to talk about that connection whatsoever.
I'm hoping that the tripod broke in like a WWE like hardcore match. Like instead of getting a chair, they just got a tripod and they're like that would hurt getting hit with a tripod.
I mean, I told you to smash something else over that guy's head, but whatever.
Look,
Listen to
the
me.
whole point is that your video got recorded. Everybody's happy about it. Okay?
Yes, and it got recorded nicely.
I think it's on
It was a
YouTube,
lot of
right?
fun.
You can find it on the YouTube.
That one isn't up just yet. I mean, by the time this podcast comes out, it'll probably be up.
All
yeah.
right, so check
And
it out on YouTube and
We'll
Nerdbot.com.
probably have filmed episode 3 by then.
Friggin' A. Well, it's been a pretty good week as far as nerd culture goes. There's so much going on. We got games to talk about. We got even our own subjects to talk about. One of the things I wanted to get into is, seeing all the sequels that are going to be coming out pretty soon. I'm wondering how many remakes or reiterations, how many before you count out? Like how many before you're just not interested in the series anymore? So let me use Spider-Man as an example. You have the series of Spider-Man that you had early on with Tobey Maguire.
Seabiscuit himself.
See,
The Seabiscuit.
the Seabiscuit, he was pretty good. And I actually really like that series. It's a series that came out when I was probably like 16 or 17. I thought it was done really well. I thought it was shot really well.
Sam Raimi, dog.
Sam Raimi, yeah. And I obviously, like, it wasn't what, as a Spider-Man fan, as you grew up younger, you expect this one idea of Spider-Man, and now you get Sam Raimi's idea of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's not the same, but it was good. I thought it was good. They did 3 iterations of it, and then they were done. Now they redid it again with Andrew Garfield, right?
Yeah.
They did, how many of those did they do?
2.
They did 2. And
You
then
know they wanted to do more
they
than 2.
wanted to do more, but it was a done deal after the second one. And then now you're hearing talks again about we're going to do it again. I'm out. I don't even care anymore.
But this time it's actually in Marvel's hands.
Yeah.
It's actually being done by the actual studio, and they've been pumping out some pretty amazing movies lately, so I would be completely on board with you if it were still, I think it's Sony who had them up
Yeah,
until that
Sony
point.
has it still.
Yeah.
If it was just another reboot by them, I would completely agree with you, but
Yeah.
I am actually cautiously optimistic to see what Marvel themselves does with it.
I honestly, I think the main mistake they did with it was that they didn't utilize the factor, like, you can have different Spider-Mans. We're not always needing the same Spider-Man. Like, if you make a continuation of the story, we can have a different Spider-Man and just call him Peter Parker. We're going to believe
Yeah.
it because we're in the fucking movie already.
I will say I really don't need to see Uncle Ben die again.
Aaron?
Yeah, I like to think my Spider-Man should have pubic hair and be muscular and shit. I hate little kids.
So Tobey
actually, I'm a
Maguire?
father. Yeah, dude, look, man, tired of this fucking shit, dude. I'm tired of this shit, dude.
You're tired of
man.
the youngish Peter Parker.
I thought Tobey Maguire was the greatest Spider-Man of all time. Will be the greatest Spider-Man of all time. Just how people think, Christopher Reeves will be the greatest Superman of all time.
Okay.
Whatever. Let's get that out the way.
Yeah.
Brandon Routh, dog.
Yeah.
Don't switch up Spider-Man 3 times in 10 fucking years, or was it 10 years?
It's been
13
10 years. It's been at least 10 years
You got
now.
3 different Spider-Mans, and then you settle with a little kid. I hate it, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then do you get to see the face of? You get to see Spider-Man in the Avengers, the Civil War?
This is what I'm getting at. I was totally with you, Aaron. When they showed who was going to play Spider-Man, I was like, this looks awful. Like he's
because
just like
he's super young now.
He's just like a
almost
7-year-old.
yeah.
It's like Spider prepubescent. Like
But
the prepubescent.
but here's
Spider.
the thing:
Yeah,
are we
Junior?
But are we saying this as older people looking down at younger people, or are we saying this is going to apply terribly against the character?
No. So here's where I'm coming from. Here's how I felt is like with Spider-Man being a child, like he seemed like a child. Like when they showed him,
Like in this, what were you referencing him for this new movie that they're talking about?
Super young. The
We're
actor's
talking
like
about the
19.
8th grader, right?
Yeah, he's like he has like crayons and stuff.
He looks like an even younger Michael
sponsored
Cera.
by Crayola.
Even younger.
But here's what I'm trying to get at is that's how I felt. Like the idea of him like kicking Dr. Octopus's ass eventually. I'm like, all right, now let's relax here.
Yeah.
He's like 7. But so I saw Civil War recently, and I saw it right. So spoiler alert. Civil War is disappointing as shit, right? But
that's not a spoiler.
But
that's not a spoiler, man.
But that Spider-Man might have been my favorite Spider-Man, which was I was on board with you, Aaron. Like I was like, he's like 7, but he's like what I thought Spider-Man should be.
But I see as somebody who's like super new to this cast because again I'm checked out at this point.
Yeah,
I like that I saw Spider-Man in the Civil War, but it was way too late because I wanted that from the beginning. That's probably why I waited for Civil War for so long because I wanted Spider-Man in it. Then they later on ended up putting him in it, but by then I was over it. I didn't care anymore. And that's part of the reason why I got into Civil War was because of Spider-Man. I had Spider-Man as his own Civil
that
War
kid
story.
should just do like just reboot the Harry Potter movies or something. Put him in that
I don't think
franchise.
Yeah, but going back to what you guys are saying, describe the Avengers. Give me a good description of the Avengers Spider-Man, and then give me a good description of the new. Obviously, other than that, you're calling him the younger Michael Cera.
You called him that wasn't me.
You know what? I'm issuing that out to anybody who wants to take it. All right, because it was a good bit.
Well, yeah. Well, 1 second. Peter Parker and Spider-Man, they're two different people. In a sense, right? Because
No, I disagree.
Because you got your Peter Parker, just like your Clark Kent and Superman, right? You got to be able to play them both. People said Tobey Maguire was a better
Spider-Man,
Peter Parker, and they said Andrew Garfield was a better Spider-Man. Well, that's what I
gotta watch Andrew Garfield. I gotta watch it again.
No, you don't.
So
No, you don't.
So the first
Ben.
Andrew Garfield movie. I was gonna say he's Garfunkel.
It was Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah, I thought that was really good. I thought that had like one of the most charming love stories I've seen in a movie.
Would you call it
Their chemistry was the best part of the movie.
Yeah,
Would you call it the word that we're looking for is genuine? Would you call it genuine to the story of Spider-Man?
I don't know. I enjoyed it as a movie. The second one though, that was a shit show.
That was garbage.
And it sucks because I thought the first one was like not to be punny, but it was amazing. It was I loved it. But the second one, it was all like super like Electro. He's like, oh, Spider-Man noticed me, and
Jamie
they plays this stupid dumb music in the background. It was like womp 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 womp.
What, really?
Like this really corny music. I'm like, oh, damn it! You guys had something good, and you just shit all over it.
That was a Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Electro.
And Jamie Foxx was a hell of an actor too. That's
I don't know about that. Django's amazing, but nothing else. Bait was good.
God. All right, before you start insulting, but what I'm getting at is versus these two Spider-Mans that you're going for. Now you want to see the Avenger Spider-Man as the real Spider-Man. Now you don't want to see this younger Spider-Man, or are they the same guy? I'm confused. I don't know what's going on.
All right, there's 3 Spider-Mans.
Okay.
There's Tobey Maguire.
Okay.
He's riding a horse somewhere. There's Andrew Garfield. He's traveling in time in like a telephone booth. That's a Doctor Who reference. And then there's this new one. I think his name is like something.
Andrew Garfield actually was on an episode of Doctor Who.
Yeah, well, he was on more than one, wasn't he? I don't know. I've never seen.
He was also a sperm on Bill and Ted.
Oh, interesting. Like. All right, never mind.
You said a phone booth that travels through time, all right?
Oh, God.
The original. Okay. Thank you. Actually, no, now I'm thinking about it. Bill and Ted totally stole that from Doctor Who. Holy crap. We broke the case here first, folks. Go home.
So,
what about the original Bill and Ted from 1960? That was before Doctor Who.
We can always go back and talk about the original Ghostbusters too. Continue, Zach.
Ghostbusters is a terrible series.
No, will you go on with your thought, please?
All right. So, and then there's the third Spider-Man is what's his name? I think his name is like, I can't remember the actor's name. It's like Asa Butterfield or something like that.
Asia Butterfield.
Asia Butterfield.
Maybe that's
Asia Butterfly.
I'm gonna look it up.
You look it up.
But
Can you look it up?
It is Asa.
Is it Asa? It's Asa.
Asa, yeah.
Yeah, his name is Asa. I'm done.
All right, relax. But so
we got the name expert over here.
So this Butterfield dude, he's the one in Civil War, and now he's the young one.
Yeah,
and he's the one that's going to be in them going forward. Like they already have the title for the next.
He's going forward in his own series of Spider-Man now.
Well, he's going to be part of this universe now. So they already announced the movie. It's called Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Okay, yeah.
So he'll be 15 at that time.
He's 19, bro.
Okay.
Or
he's talking about 20. Homecoming prom.
But like
Aaron, he'll be 21 in 10 years from now, probably.
I've known Aaron for a long time, right? And Aaron's most endearing quality is that he's incredibly close-minded.
Instead of endearing, folks.
And it's not Asa Butterfield. He was one of the dudes who was going up for it. I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that I felt the same way as you, where I was like, it's like a 4-year-old playing Spider-Man, and it ended up being amazing. So just hang in there.
He's saying give Ben Affleck a chance as Batman. Just give him a chance.
Why don't we just reward the people who are doing CGI?
Oh, it was Tom Holland. Asa Butterfield was up for it. Asa Butterfield is a kid from Ender's Game. Tom Holland, he was born in '96. So
Ender's Game was a shit show.
Let's see. 7 years older than me.
Phenomenal.
So Asa
turned into
he's 19. Yeah,
so Asa is in the Avengers.
No, Asa is. I was wrong about that.
Okay, that's the problem. I thought that was the actor's name. Damn name. He's supposed to be Spider-Man.
It's Tom Holland. He's a 19-year-old. So give him some slack.
I definitely think
they did Benjamin Button.
They definitely did a disservice to Spider-Man by not giving him any kind of build-up movie to the Civil War like they did to everybody else. I mean, they really did a disservice to him.
Because Sony had a strike a deal with Marvel, right?
Yeah,
is that
that's
what happened?
true.
Yeah,
but Sony's been
that took a while.
That's the other thing about people forget about Sony. Sony's just been a dick with Spider-Man series like the entire time. They've literally only been cranking out movies to keep the license. That's literally the only reason they keep cranking out movies.
Yeah.
So that's why I say how much is too much? How many reiterations for you until you're done? And I think even though I love Spider-Man, I'm kind of done.
You're asking this of the company that's about to put out another PlayStation 4.
Yeah. And
like let's not.
That's different. I mean, like as long as they're going to keep upgrading something, I'm okay with it. Well, another PlayStation 4, what do you mean? Like, it's not going to be anything different? If it's PlayStation 4, then I'm fine with PlayStation 4.
It's an upgraded version, but
for 4K TVs.
So there you go. So I think it's contingent on, like, the reiterations is on, like, the series, because I can do one more Spider-Man because he's cool, because, like, this Spider-Man's cool. Like I said, like, see Civil War, and you guys will agree.
Some good stuff in it.
But then you have stuff like Ghostbusters. Like, everyone's flipping about this reiteration of Ghostbusters. Like, oh, this one sucks. I'm like, you guys, the old ones were awful. Like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like,
leave.
They were if anything,
they were really ahead of their time.
If anything,
pioneering.
This new Ghostbusters is staying true to what Ghostbusters is, which is just terrible. You know what I mean? Like just bad movies. So then that doesn't make your logic makes no sense because in that essence,
Zach, you're making it so hard.
You're saying
to love
that this
right
Ghostbusters movie will be good in 10 years.
Finally.
Because that's what happened to the original Ghostbusters. The original Ghostbusters was not received well.
Mm-hmm.
It did not get great reception. It was only after a little bit of time that people came back around and realized that it was a great movie.
Was just like a really, 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 really long joke. Everyone was like, what if we just pretended to like this?
Yeah,
but
everybody was pretending to like Born in East LA at the meantime to give Cheech Marin a career.
Exactly.
And then we're gonna go back to Ghostbusters.
Exactly. But no, yeah. Like to wrap up my point, I think like there's no like universal plan for when reiterations are okay.
Okay.
I think it's contingent on the series. Like I was okay. I mean, it's not really a reiterate. I guess it is. Is like Terminator. I was like, nope, I'm good.
Okay, well,
I'm good.
Here's going to be my final argument, I guess, towards that, which is the reason why I'm done is because you're not getting so much as a creative endeavor out of these things as you are getting a marketing endeavor. This entire idea of telling these stories in a movie form is to sell it to you. Mm-hmm. That's why it's not to the T when you read the comic books. That's why the costumes look different. That's why, because there's different appeals that are trying to be reached in this new format, this new medium. The reason why I'm checking out is because I know I'm still going to be complaining as much as I've ever complained about the last movies. And I already know the story again. Like, if you're telling me the same story, why do I got to keep watching again? Like Ben said, I don't need to watch Uncle Ben die again. I don't need to see another youngish another youngish Spider-Man go through high school again.
Let's get Miles Morales.
There you go. That would change up the freaking game.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. That's what I was really hoping for. It's like, when you think about it, every superhero, not every, but a large amount of superheroes, there's multiple characters that play that character and play that role. There's Miles Morales, there's Peter Parker, there's Danny DeVito.
Yeah, when are we going to get a Terry McGinnis
He was the
Batman
short
movie?
spider.
The Penguin Spider-Man.
Wow.
Like, I mean,
Yo, Mary Jane!
Oh, wow.
there's actually an episode of Always Sunny where he goes as Spider-Man, but he goes as Man Spider.
Oh, wow.
But anyways, yeah, I think that's one way you can solve it. But I totally agree. Of just like here, say like, not to bring this up, but I loved Force Awakens. But my issue with Force Awakens is it felt just like Episode 4.
I can
like just
understand
like it just felt like an HD remake of it.
I understand that.
So like
A lot of people say that. I totally get it, and I think they had to do it though. Like people don't. That's what I want people to accept. Like you got a good movie, and they did what they had to do for the fans. You're gonna get 2 more episodes that completely tell you a new fucking story. You don't even know what's going on. You don't know. We don't know.
Yeah, but like in this new Spider-Man, the 19-year-old one, like it switched it up. Like in
With Garfield?
No, this newest one. The one with the guy who's 4 years old.
The toddler Spider-Man.
I love how he keeps going down in age.
I know he's gonna be a
Eventually he's gonna be
fetus.
an embryo.
He's gonna be a fetus by the time we're done with this conversation.
Yeah,
But like with this one, they didn't do an origin story because of exactly what you just said, where everyone's sick of seeing it. Like like in Civil War, when he's in it, they show Aunt May, but they don't show Uncle Ben. So presumably Uncle Ben is dead already.
He's out getting smokes.
Speaking of which, I mean, you can make any arguments you want against the new Spider-Man movie. Marissa Tomei is Aunt May. I'm on board. I'm done. That's it.
Really? All right. I got to see a picture. So
You don't know who Marissa Tomei is? Here,
I'm in and out
continue.
of movies,
I'm gonna bring
Isn't
up
she
a
the
picture.
mother in Mrs. Doubtfire who hates Robin Williams and she's a bitch?
No, that's all right.
She
Relax.
would have been a great
No,
Aunt May,
that's
though.
Sarah Fields, right?
Yeah,
Sandy
that's
Fields?
Sarah Fields.
No,
Sally
Sandy Fields.
Sally Fields.
She was the last Aunt May.
Sarah Fields makes cookies.
Cookies, that's Mrs. Fields to
Oh,
you.
you can't jump up and down on the table? Done.
Okay. Oh, her, man. That's Aunt May? I'm out.
Why?
Aunt May should have
Because
gray
she's
hair.
hot.
She was born in '64, dog. She's like 50 something.
She's a babe. She's a total MILF.
She's probably a gilf, not a MILF. At 54,
all
you're
right.
probably a gilf.
What was the movie? She was in an Adam Sandler movie not too long ago. She was a total babe. Like, you. Oh my god. Yeah, we're done.
She was in
I'm
The
done.
Lincoln Lawyer. She was in
You
The
can
Wrestler.
have all my Spider-Man.
Oh, she was in
stuff,
Crazy
guys.
Stupid Love.
There you go. That was it. I knew it was a Sandler movie. It was fucking.
But guys,
Rest in peace, Adam
what makes
Sandler.
Spider-Man so great are the villains he fights. You know,
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he's a
I
good
think like
character.
William Dafoe enhanced Spider-Man 2 to the fullest.
Spider-Man 1.
Was Spider-Man 1?
Yeah.
Okay, but his son was Harry Osborn, right?
Yeah, it was, what's his
In the
face?
second one.
Franco.
George
James
Franco. James Franco.
Let me take that
whatever
back.
his name
Yeah.
is.
What? Okay. Going back to my point, the villains, like Willem Dafoe, was casted so well,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
and that
Yes.
what made that
Yes.
that kind of kicked Spider-Man into the next
level.
The next level, I would say so. As far as like where it was going, I really loved it.
I didn't care for Spider-Man 2 that much, but Alfred Molina was a great Doc Ock.
I thought
yeah,
so
yeah,
too.
Doc Ock, yeah.
I love 1 and 2, 3. Out the
3
door.
was a joke.
Yeah, 3 I watched
was
it
a
for
really
continuity
poor
reasons,
joke.
but honestly, 1 and 2, I think if you just pretend that the third one never existed,
So-
that's a great legacy.
And it's
right
like,
there
it's
of
like
Sam
they
Raimi.
had an amazing. They had Willem Dafoe in the first one. They had Alfred Molina in the second one, and then
Yeah.
Topher Grace.
So I've been
What were
saying
you
this.
guys thinking?
Fresh off of that 70s show, by the way. He left that 70s show to do that movie.
Yeah, talk about a step up. So my biggest issue with that, so I liked Sandman. I liked Sandman a lot because Sandman wasn't a generic villain. But like ever since that movie got announced, I thought it was a totally missed opportunity that they cast a Topher Grace as Eddie Brock and
Yes.
not Brock Lesnar.
That's-
Brock,
no.
because
Not even
Eddie
that.
Brock is swole. He's like super buff.
Yeah.
He has the same haircut as Brock
Yeah.
Lesnar, and
Yeah.
his name is Brock.
Brock. Yeah, no, not even that. I felt like even though I thought what you said, the Sandman was casted extremely well. Like I identified more with the Sandman in the end of that movie than I did with any other character they threw at you at Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
I thought that the Sandman should have been Venom. he would have been just as good and applied just as much of an evil performance to that. But then again, we would have needed a William Dafoe type character.
Venom was just so shoehorned into the trilogy.
Absolutely. And they said it. They even said it too. And it was all, like I said, done to appease the licensing holding. Yeah. Keep it all going. So, but that's what I mean. I think after this talk, I can pretty much agree that I'm out, just because of the cast in the new movie. I'm sorry, you guys couldn't sway me.
You'll probably come back when he becomes 21.
There you go. Yeah.
Right. Cigarettes,
once he's legal.
When we see him back in bars
anymore.
When Spider-Man's back in the bar scene again.
Yeah, cigarettes raised to 21, so,
all right, well, something that's not so disappointing, at least not to me, because I see it from the outside looking in, is the Overwatch game.
Oh, baby.
That's been literally taking over the land like a wildfire.
Literally. It's just a copy of Overwatch with a sword just overthrowing cities.
Yeah. It's contagious. It's viral, if you will, but it's, I've actually gotten to see that game firsthand, and it's really pretty. It's like a Jet Grind Radio meets Call of Duty.
Don't ever say Call of Duty when talking about Overwatch.
I know, Call of Duty's
I will
better.
reach across this table, boy.
Don't have that reach.
Yeah, it's... The level design.
just like he's at
levels.
I wouldn't. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back. Get your thoughts. We'll come back around to you.
Overwatch.
Zach, why is Overwatch such a huge fucking success? Because I don't get it. It looks like a basic game.
It's made by Blizzard, and Blizzard. So the thing is, what Blizzard does, right? Blizzard's a game company, and what Blizzard does is Blizzard takes these genres and these specific types of games, right? And they make them very accessible.
Elaborate on what you mean by genres.
Okay,
what does that mean?
World of Warcraft, most people have heard of it. It's an MMORPG. Before World of Warcraft, there were games like Star Wars Galaxy. There was Age of Conan. There was EverQuest. There were all these games, right?
Yeah.
But they were really hard to get into. Like it's a really complex thing to do. There's a lot of things you have to take in consideration. Like it becomes like a full-time job.
Yeah.
They take World of Warcraft. They bring
Animal
World
Crossing.
of Warcraft.
I know it, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to get that chair. Like World of Warcraft is a very accessible MMO. Like you can just jump into it. They distribute the content in a way that makes it so you can understand everything piece by piece. They give you one skill. After you get that, you get another skill. After you get that, 2 days later, you're doing like you're able to fight multiple enemies at the same time, subdue this dude and do this. So that's their MO. They do it with
and to add to that, their skill floor is incredibly low, so anybody can jump in and play, but the skill ceiling is incredibly high. So for people who put in a shitload of time, there is a payoff. You do get that good at their games.
Cool.
And they do it all the time. Diablo's the same thing. Like they have games like Baldur's Gate, which Baldur's Gate, like I remember playing like one of the old Baldur's Gate, and it's like, oh, my dude was injured, so I slept. Like it opens up a little tent and sleep so you can get your health back. And then like as I'm sleeping, I get attacked by wolves.
Wow.
And I'm like, what? So it's like it's these really complex systems, and they I don't want to say dumbed it down, but they made it more accessible. But at the same time, what Ben is saying, like that game is still very, very deep. They did it with Heroes of the Storm. Like I don't know if you guys heard of. I don't know if you heard of Anthony.
I haven't.
What's it called? League of Legends. Dota. These games are impossible to penetrate. Like they're so hard.
Very not user friendly.
Not at
dense.
all. And then they had Heroes of the Storm, which was Blizzard's thing. It's like same thing. It's like you can play these easily, and then there's these. Go ahead.
I do want to interject. I do think that Heroes of the Storm might be one of the lesser examples of Blizzard's formula because they did make it more accessible, but the high end of Heroes of the Storm does not even come close to some of the existing ones. Like
Gotcha.
You cannot get as good at Heroes of the Storm as you can at like Dota or LoL.
That's true.
But I think a better example would be something like StarCraft. Like StarCraft is one of the easiest real-time strategy games to pick up for a new player.
Well,
and it's also the only real-time strategy game that like sells out stadiums in Korea for people playing at the high end.
Well, that game falls under the umbrella of what I like to call the mod squad, which is you have a really hard time just enjoying the game because people that have already been playing have figured out ways so quickly around you that it leaves no room for advancement. Whereas what Zach is talking about, where like let's say Warcraft, it allows you to grow in your own environments because you have the forest where you fight those hogs, right? There's like these hogs. They're worth like 1 XP or 2 XP, whatever.
You watching South Park?
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I did. Let's do it.
Rest in peace, Hogger.
So you know, and that's where you can grow. You know, a higher level person is not going to be in that area. It's just going to be the lower level people.
It's not necessarily true.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what I mean? Like, if you have intentions of growing as a adventurer in a game, you're going to take your inhibitions somewhere else. You know, you want something else. You desire more than just being in a forest fighting hogs, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And
that was what I was thinking. So with StarCraft, like if you just get online, get into a multiplayer, you're gonna get your ass kicked like right away, and it's a very thin margin of error. It's a very hard game to get into. I think those one, and on top of that, people are modded. I put Call of Duties under those things. Yeah, all the Modern Warfares and shit. Like sometimes if you're on there at a Saturday night at prime time, you're not gonna enjoy yourself because you're gonna get beaten down by the mod squad.
Yeah. So like.
And the mod squad's a team of fucking 15-year-olds and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Spider-Man's on it.
Yeah, and I'm the one loser who decided to stay home and play video games while all my friends were at bars.
That's what Spider-Man Homecoming is just him playing Call of Duty.
Yeah. Hey, Mom, bring home some Twizzlers. I got my friends coming over.
It's not Mom.
Dropping K in the chat.
I guess it could be. Maybe in this one, Aunt May becomes his mom because she's so freaking young now.
Yeah, he just called her up.
But don't be talking shit about Marissa Tomei, man.
I'm not, man. You know what?
Tomei is
She's
bae.
hot. She is bae, yeah, for sure.
So there's
you don't have a chance with her, but go ahead.
There are these.
Well, for one, yes, I do.
So you're saying there's a chance? Sorry, Zach.
No, it's all good. So there's a difference between like first-person shooters like Halo and Call of Duty, and these like team arena-based games like Team Fortress.
Okay.
Like, so Call of Duty, you choose your weapon. You can have different perks, which are like skills. You can add attachments to your weapons. There's all these levels of customization. You go to something like Team Fortress, where there's this class. Here's what you get. This class does this. Very little customization outside of like aesthetics. These are two vastly different genres of games. To the outside, they just both look like shooters, but they're substantially different.
Yeah. And they're structured differently.
Yeah, like the reason why like Team Fortress is it's these classes. So you can balance it.
Okay.
Whereas in Call of Duty, you can walk around with a shotgun with like 11 attachments, or you can walk around with a knife. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's true.
In Call of Duty, you
and
put
that's
100
considered
hours.
Balanced. That's considered balanced.
You put 100 hours into Call of Duty, you're unlocking tons and tons of weapons. You're playing the game completely differently.
Yeah.
In Overwatch or Team Fortress 2, the character that you start playing with, or the characters you start playing with, 100 hours in, they are exactly the same as you started.
Yeah.
They do not change at all.
Nothing like that. Okay.
You unlock some skins and stuff.
Yeah,
is that
unlock skins,
so is that
lines,
which is
and
not
stuff.
worth $60.
So is that what partially makes it so
accessible?
Accessible is that you can just get into it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it also makes it so incredibly finely tuned in terms of balance.
So you're saying it's balanced? Because I know that was kind of one of the things that you guys wanted to get into was the balance issue of it.
It's nice to know that when you see there's like someone on the other team who's like a level 80.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that he's gonna run around with a fucking shotgun that can take you out, and you just you have nothing you can do about it.
They've already prestiged like 40 times.
Yeah, it just means that they've put that much time into the game, so their skill as a player is like level 80.
Yeah, if I see a level 80 in the Division in Dark Zone, I'm staying away from him.
Yeah,
because he's gonna kill me. He's gonna fry me.
Yeah.
Well, if you see a level 80 in Division, that's pretty crazy because 30 is the cap. So what's that dude doing?
Mod Squad.
There's a Dark Zone level 80.
I forgot.
Spider-Man in this Mod Squad playing that game, dude. I'm telling you.
No, when people say like Overwatch is easy to start and play, since I've played a lot of Call of Duty and Halos and the Destiny and stuff, I'm not really used to hip fire. So when I was trying to find my character, I wanted to zoom in and get a good shot on somebody.
You're a scoper.
And I just couldn't do that. And so I had to get used to the hip fire element. Now, I know there's a couple characters in this game where you can zoom in. Mm-hmm. One's the Widowmaker.
I think that's the only one.
Which is a sniper, essentially.
Sniper, yeah. And so I had some fun with her, but I got my butt destroyed in the first 5 or 6 hours because I didn't know what character to pick. Yeah. And you got to get used to like all their abilities and stuff because each character is pretty different in this game.
Yeah.
And so it's my point is that once you find your character, that's when you start to take off, and that's how you can say, well, now this game's pretty easy because everybody I'm just killing left and right. I found my character, so there's that process of it.
In terms of balancing, though, like. I personally, and I've played a decent amount of shooters. I think the balancing is done well, but I think there are some severe balancing issues.
Yes.
Like to the point where like, okay, you might do a match, right? And it's like you gotta escort the payload, right? But one person's attacking, one person's defending, right?
Yeah.
But whatever happens, it's not like you switch sides. So only one person has to do it. Does that make sense? So like in soccer, in most sports, right? At the halftime, you switch just to take away the concept of any type of advantage or anything like that.
Yeah.
But in
Switch
this,
directions, yeah.
when you're defending and someone's attacking, you have completely different experiences of it, and it's not switched. So,
Well, it switches
it's very-
between matches instead
So you
of
could
during
say,
the match.
Yeah,
are
but
you
even
saying the
then-
intensity varies in that sense per player or per instance?
well, like I think that like in some instances that like the team that's defending will have like a total advantage, and then like a perfect example is I don't remember the stage. It might have been like Route 66 or something. We're attacking. It's like the stage where there's like a whole bunch of like right away. There's like trains crashed or something like that.
Yeah.
There's like these trailers.
Yeah, it's Rune 66.
And then like the second we got out, there were 3 people who were Bastion, which just set up as they can turn into
Turrets,
turrets
yeah. Well,
and just destroyed all of us. And then like as we're getting out, there's like nothing we can do. I'm decent. I'm pretty good at this game, and there was like nothing we could do.
You have to switch your character. At that
I
point.
switched my character.
But
I switched
you
my-
don't want to switch your character.
No,
Something you don't
I don't.
want to do it.
I don't mind switching
But
my
that's what a
character.
good player does.
I don't mind
Yeah.
switching my character. I did switch my character, but still, like Bastion, there are certain characters like Bastion's little turret mode. Like there's like 3 Bastions. There's nothing we could do about it. Like right out the gate, they could shoot us.
And then they turn into tanks when they get their super.
So you're saying that it's unbalanced in that sense?
I think there's certain
against the
circumstances.
players?
Real quickly, I do want to say I do think that they did a good job since payload maps specifically are built into various checkpoints. I do feel like they balanced it in such a way that like certain checkpoints do slightly favor one team over the other, but as you go from checkpoint to checkpoint, that balances itself out. But you actually do bring up a good point. I do think one of the most important balancing issues is there's a debate about should they have a character limit? Like, should there only be allowed to be one of each character on a team? And I absolutely wholeheartedly agree that there should.
The problem
As
is
a
that
specialist
you're
in a
going to
way.
be racing to get that character at that point, and you're like, damn, I can't get that character. So
Then play one of the 20 other characters.
Yeah.
I know, but some people don't want to do that.
Then they
wanna
shouldn't be
stick-
fucking playing with me
Hey,
because
but-
they're not
but-
team players.
But to
All
them,
right,
but to
kids.
them,
All
they're
right,
like, you know
kids.
what? I don't care. I just want my character. I bought the game. I want to play who I want to play as.
Then go play a different game.
So wait,
No, I can see your argument there too, but you can see mine is that I don't want to rush to get this character. I want to,
fight.
pick him when I want to pick him.
but are both of your arguments based on the fact that it's either balanced or unbalanced? Because I can't tell.
Yeah, well, it's like, well, okay, I guess the way I see it is like in quick play, when you just want to run around and like have fun, who cares? But like when ranked mode comes out, I absolutely think there needs to be a character limit because in that
Okay.
case, like if you're playing competitively, then you understand it's not about what character I want to play. It's about team composition. It's about having the right balance of characters, and like if someone else is playing Bastion, like don't play Bastion.
That's
Play
also-
something to support him. Play
That's also
something.
something.
It's something you're going to have to decide.
Yeah,
I think
You're
it's
going to have
something.
to decide what to do with that.
I'm sure it's also something that the game pushes for, which is make a team. Make a consistent team of people that you
Yeah.
want to play with, so that you guys have this understanding that you guys are trying to have, and have a successful team that's ready for any kind of triple turret threat that you might encounter in the side of a train crash.
I think for me, like, I am totally against any type of game that forces you have to do that. That's why Destiny is such a shit show.
Forces you.
I'm looking at you, Aaron.
Wait, what do you mean? Forces you to have to switch characters so that you have an advantage
not
over
switch
certain
characters, that
situations?
you have to have a team of people.
Okay, gotcha.
Like the idea that like
that you function better. As
yeah,
a team.
the idea like, and this isn't the case with Overwatch.
Okay.
But like, let's say Overwatch is so impenetrable and so hard that I have to have a group of my friends to talk to and coordinate to even experience the
yeah.
game. If that's what you're talking about, then like that's an issue for me because that's what
Zombies.
Destiny.
Yeah.
That's what Destiny is like. You literally can't play the raids, which is apparently the best part of
Yeah.
Destiny. God, that game is so garbage, Aaron.
But you're basically bringing
Ben?
up the point that I used to have a hard time playing. Like, I love Call of Duty Zombies. Like, if I could, that'd be the only game I play.
Yeah.
I almost bought an Xbox 360 just to play that game.
Nice.
Okay? But if you're playing alone, I only bought it because now I know all you Nerdbot people, and you'd probably be willing to play with me even if you didn't like the game.
What do you mean, you Nerdbot people?
Wow.
What do you mean,
know.
you people?
I mean, you know. No, but one of the things that Treyarch started doing, and I was like, you guys are assholes on the third one on Modern Warfare or something, on the third release of Zombies, you basically had to have a team to function the Easter eggs. And that was like, well, unless you have a team, you're literally only going to get to level 20 and you're going to lose because the zombies are going to kill you. And that took away from the longevity.
Absolutely.
So now I need to ask you about the longevity of this game. How long will all these arguments be able to last before people stand jumping into a game that's or balanced the way it is?
I feel like as a casual player for Overwatch, like I'm really looking forward to ranked play. I'm looking forward to like taking it to the next level. But like if you're just playing in quick match, if you're just playing by yourself, I think the game is designed in such a way that even if no one's on the mic, as long as everyone's paying attention, you can function like a well-oiled machine. Okay. You can actually play as a team. It's not like Destiny where it's like you're either playing as a team or you're not. Yeah. Like you can actually have situational awareness. If everyone on your team is actually paying attention to where everyone else is.
What are the odds that you're not getting just Spider-Man on your team?
Oh, it happens all the time.
And you're getting, Zach on your team.
But like, this is one of the things that I think Overwatch succeeds at is like, okay, there are essentially there's like 4 or 5 types of classes. There's like tank, damage, healer, support, and builder.
Okay.
So like, it will say, hey, when you're picking your character, it'll say, hey, you guys don't have a tank on your team. You guys might want to do something about it. Mm-hmm. So there are things put in place. So I think, in terms of just to wrap up the balancing, and I'll get into the longevity, I think that right now, me personally, I think there's a lot of balancing issues in the game.
Okay.
But Blizzard is like absurdly good about balancing.
So you're not worried. You're not worried.
2.
Yeah, they just patched Diablo 2, a game that came out in 1971.
Oh, shit.
Well, 2000 for real, but
the fact that they even have their servers still running on that shit, it's amazing at all.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
So their balancing is really good.
Let's see you trying to get back on to play
some
Fantasy
bullshit
Star
Destiny
Online right
promised like, oh, we're going to support this game for 10 years. Oh, it's been 3 years. Here's a sequel. Like, no, Overwatch is actually getting supported.
All right, look, Aaron, you get one major defense of Destiny, so you can. Man. You can only say one thing.
First of all, I'm appalled. I thought Ben was just claiming about how good Destiny was the other day.
I love Destiny, but that doesn't mean I don't see it for the shit show that it is.
I accept the faults, just like I accept there's some faults in Overwatch right now, and I accept there's faults in Division right now. I play a lot of that, and so. You're talking about the reason why you hate Destiny is because there's no matchmaking in the raid. That's what you're saying right now, right?
Okay.
There's more options than just doing raids in that game.
But everyone says raiding is the best part of that game.
Okay. So they should expand on that.
I don't know if that's even true, but there's 3 raids. I beat 2 of them so far. They're fun, okay? But that's not why I play Destiny. I think the Crucible, it's fantastic.
Nah.
It's some of the best multiplayer first-person shooters I've ever played. It's smooth. It's fun. I mean, there's different modes and stuff you can pick, and then there's so many quests you can do outside of that. You can do Prison of Elders, like 7 or 8 Hordes modes coming at you. I mean, I can keep going on how fun this game is. Like,
okay.
I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to convince this guy.
It'll never happen.
You guys have to excuse me. I got to get a box of tissues.
You'd have to make a deal with the devil before you could get Zach to play that game again.
It's funny. I actually put like 130 hours on Destiny, but it is terrible. But
that's how long it took you to realize how it's terrible?
I was like, oh, this is bad. This is funny though. Let's keep.
If you don't, the good thing about Destiny, if you don't like one part, you do something else.
It was almost masochistic in a way. Like you're kind of just doing it because you hate yourself.
Yeah, I was like, I wonder at one point I'll break and just give up on life. But so we're talking about the
longevity. Yeah, like obviously the balance deals with the longevity, like I alluded to earlier. How do you guys feel that the longevity is going to last for this game? Are we going to be seeing it like 1999 Diablo 2 getting its patches later on? Are we going to be seeing that in 2025?
When you buy this game, you buy it because you know it's going to be supported later on.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to have the game right now. You can wait until maybe the price goes down later.
Yeah.
But I was even wondering that myself because when these new games come out about a month and a half later, it drops down to about $20, right?
I don't see that with this.
Overwatch?
I don't see that with Overwatch. Yeah. I don't because for one, all the DLC is going to be free.
It doesn't need to.
And it's Blizzard, so I think the value is going to be up there for quite some time. So I was like, okay, I'll buy it.
Part of what adds to that appeal, like you guys are saying, is that Blizzard always continually is monitoring their stuff.
The reputation they have is
they create a quality game that you can play forever.
It's earned as a reputation. Awesome. They back it up.
Buy now, I'll reward you later.
So you guys think the longevity of this is like a 5 out of 5? It's gonna.
I'm not concerned with it at all. I mean, I can say that yes, there's free DLC coming, and no, we don't know anything about it or when it's coming. So for all we know, we could be waiting 5 years for the next new character. I doubt it. But I mean, for me, I've put in almost 20 hours into the game, which isn't like a crazy amount, but I mean, I've played a good amount. And I'm not even a little fatigued with it. I'm not a little like, okay, I feel like I've seen everything. Like, I'm still having an incredible amount of fun every single time I play that game.
I'm excited for new characters. We're going to see new characters, of course.
Some new maps, some new game modes.
We're going to see. We need new game modes. That's probably the number one thing we need, and that and balancing issues. If those two things can be addressed pretty soon, I'd say go pick up the game right now if you're on the fence with it.
We do have 2 characters getting changed. Like, in the very near future. Yeah. We have McCree getting nerfed and Diva getting buffed. So that'll address a little bit of that. And
that'll keep happening.
Yeah. And, I mean, there is the debate about
what did you just say? That they get nerfed and buffed?
Yeah, McCree is considered overpowered, so they're dropping him a little bit. And Diva is considered
nerfed.
Yeah, nerf is when they weaken a character, buff is when they strengthen a character or a feature or something like that.
People complain a lot about Bastion, but McCree, in my opinion, is the most overpowered.
So there are characters that there are some balancing issues, I guess, still to be.
Yeah, and there will continue to be, but they'll continue working.
There never will not be. Like, you'll never play a single multiplayer game and be like, this is the most perfectly balanced game. Like, there is nothing.
StarCraft.
Remember when Destiny had that same thing with the Thorn and the Gallahorn, man.
Yeah.
But
there's always going to be some kind of advantage.
Yeah. But for me, I think the longevity, like it depends on what your idea of longevity is. Like for me, like I enjoy the game, but the one thing I like about like games like Call of Duty and Halo and stuff like that is like working towards something.
Okay,
like
a greater goal.
Working towards next November when you buy the next fucking game.
Well, I'll play level 1 and I'll see like let's say I'm playing Call of Duty Bro Shooter 3, and I see somebody with like. I like the single shots. I think they're called semi-autos. And like I'll see somebody with like a semi-auto, like a single shot, right? And those are my guns.
Yeah,
like
me too.
So like I'll be like, oh man, I can't wait to unlock that. And then I'll see somebody with a perk like Martyrdom in Modern Warfare where you die and you drop a grenade. Like working towards that. Like that's cool to me.
Yeah.
The idea that I'm just playing kind of for no reason, and maybe that's a personal preference, but like the only thing I'm really trying to unlock, the only thing I'm trying to do is get better, and unlock like skins and stuff like that. That I'm not on board with.
It adds an RPG aspect to the game.
Yeah, and that's my whole thing.
And you don't get that with Overwatch.
Correct.
For me, I feel almost exactly the opposite. I really prefer the fact that there's nothing to unlock. I prefer the fact that I'm not playing to get a new gun. I mean, yes, I like seeing new skins and new emotes and stuff, but like I like the fact that every time I play, I'm learning more about the map. I'm learning more about, okay, I'm getting my ass handed to me by this character, so now I know I can switch to this character without throwing my team balance off and, bring it back. Like, I like the actual skill. I like the feeling that I'm leveling up, not just my account or my character.
Okay.
Well, like, the thing is with Call of Duty, right, is it's like Call of Duty, like games like Call of Duty, right? You're not leveling up. Like you're not like your stats aren't literally increasing. It's not like you're level 1 now. You're level 5. You're stronger.
No.
Like you have to have some type of faith in the game creators that there's going to be some type of balancing. So like I get this single shot. I'm not destroying everyone. I just have an affinity towards that.
Yeah.
So I think that games like Call of Duty, and I don't even like love Call of Duty, but I think games like Call of Duty fuse both the idea of learning things and increasing your skill and unlocking things
at a pace as well. It's not all at once, or it's not easily obtainable. You have to accomplish goals too. You have to achieve 10 headshots to unlock this, or
there's
your next goal.
Chase aspect of it. You're chasing.
Yeah, and like I said, and like
Overwatch had that chase.
And like I'm totally,
for me, it does.
I'm totally aware that it's probably just my own personal things. Is like I love RPGs.
Yeah,
I love like working towards unlocking stuff. So it's probably just more of an issue for me. Yeah. But that's why I feel like it's like I enjoy the game.
I mean, but you're saying it could be better if it had that.
I think for me personally,
okay. Like, I don't. But that would also add to the longevity of you playing it.
Yeah,
longer.
like
how much does this game cost?
$60.
Is it worth it to you guys?
Yes.
I think it shouldn't be $60. I think it's a really good game, but it shouldn't be $60.
But does a game ever get released and is not $60?
Team Fortress is free, and Team Fortress is, for all intents and purposes, a very, very similar game.
Oh.
Like that's like the price point is a lot to me. Like that's a huge issue. That's why I didn't like. I can't justify spending $60 on a game that, like, granted DLC is coming and all of that stuff, and that's going to be. But like, I can't justify spending spending $60 on a game where pretty much everything's unlocked except for skins.
Okay.
Like, so it's just kind of like
it's kind of just plain.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
For just like playing to get better for me.
Well,
but again, personal.
I mean, overall vote though. We need a vote. Do you vote that people get this game?
Oh, people are getting it.
I vote absolutely get the game. Okay.
You seem mixed. You've had like a mixed face about this game for the whole time.
I mean, if you have friends that are going to be playing, buy the game now and just keep having a good time.
Okay. So you're saying it's more worth it if you have the friends to play with.
Yeah.
Okay.
But right now, it's like, for me, if it's just only offering a few modes and stuff, and it's just
you're with Zach in that
then
way.
It's probably about $40 for me at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 40 is
that's an interesting point that you bring up, because on PC it's a $40 game, on consoles it's a $60 game, and for me as a PS4 player, I spent $60. I didn't look back. I'm happy with it. I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. What really rubs me the wrong way is that you're paying $60 because they're selling you what's called the Origins Edition, where you get a few skins, but then you're also getting a bunch of supplementary DLCs, and these supplementary DLCs are, a pet for World of Warcraft, an extra character in Heroes of the Storm, like new card backs for Hearthstone, like a bunch of stuff for different Blizzard games, which in theory is a cool idea. But
they you never own those games.
Yeah, and the thing is, they force you on consoles to buy that DLC for games that are on PC.
Yeah, that's the kicker.
They force you to buy DLCs for a console that most of us don't own. And that, to me, that really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there was the game was still market priced at $60. There wasn't like a deluxe edition. Where
no pre-order edition.
But that's the thing is the $60 one.
It was still a normal priced $60 game, just like any other $60 game.
That's what stood out to me the most when I asked you guys, like, how much is it? It's $60, and I go, well, you guys are talking about it like it's already pretty much just a game you jump into. Hopefully the DLC is going to make up for that, but it seems like unless you're just into just jumping in and playing, like Battlefield almost, where you want to just jump in and play, you got nothing else going for you, so $60 seems kind of steep at that point.
Yeah, and you're saying there's no deluxe edition. Like, I would say, like, almost so like what Ben is saying. This is the deluxe edition, but there's no normal edition.
Yeah, they force you to buy the deluxe edition.
Yeah, so otherwise it's $40 with the deluxe edition. We'll call it Origins. It's $60.
Yeah. All right. Well, super quick, because we only got a little bit of time left. I want to see if you guys can rush in your Hulk arguments as to why we need a Hulk movie again, because
we have fucking Mark Ruffalo now.
I'm checked out again already, but I'm okay with the Hulk. It's fine. I'd love to see a newer Hulk movie.
You don't seem enthused by this conversation we're about to have.
It's the Hulk. I mean,
bringing Spider-Man. We had two horrible iterations on a Hulk movie, but now we have the right actor for the job.
We had one horrible one. The Ed Norton one was superb.
Here we go.
Oh my god!
It was really good. It was really, really good.
No, it wasn't.
It was really, really good. Liv Tyler, don't want to miss a thing.
All right. Well, you guys are debating your film. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can pull up on Rotten Tomatoes what the scores were. So you guys debate your facts. Ben,
I hate Rotten Tomato.
Point out 5 facts as to why you think this movie deserves your honor. Oh wait, doesn't deserve your honor. I'm sorry. You're against them.
Can I say one more thing? I prefer Hulk as a cameo.
Okay, that's a good argument too.
Because when he was added into the Avengers, I was like,
we'll start with Aaron.
Okay, when he's added into the Avengers, I'm like, oh, we got him too. Okay, that kind of puts me over the top, even though I was excited to see Avengers, everybody else was. But Mark Ruffalo, I really liked him as an actor, but I don't think he has enough appeal for me to go see a standalone Hulk movie. There has to be. Give me maybe a couple Avengers in this movie that can be with him, and then I can probably get behind that. Just like how Deadpool was. Deadpool got what? They got Cable, and then they got, who was the other girl? What's her name? I forgot her name.
Well, Cable was coming in the next one.
No, Colossus. I got Colossus, right?
Yeah. Then her name was like Supersonic something.
Yeah.
Psylocke and X-Men.
No, that's like literally. It's
like literally her name.
Even if it was a small, he had small characters with him. It made the movie really enjoyable. Not the fact that Ryan Reynolds, he did awesome himself. He is Deadpool to me. But having a couple, superheroes with him would help me want to go see the Hulk movie.
And I will say, I mean, Marvel has shown, especially if you look at a movie like Civil War, which was Zach's favorite Marvel movie.
Yeah, especially if you like terrible movies.
Like, Marvel has shown that, like, they're not afraid to essentially turn the single character superhero movies into essentially mini Avengers movies, where like they have an ensemble of these heroes.
I have to point back to my marketing argument, which is there's a reason why we got an ass ton of singular Thor movies, Spider-Mans. We got all of that before we got Civil War. It's not like Civil War was just invented this year.
No, of course not.
You know what I mean? It's been around.
No, it was a long
fucking
to get
walk.
there.
But what Ben is saying is that, like,
we started at Mask of Zorro, okay?
Is Civil War is not called Avengers Civil War. It's supposed to be a Captain America movie, but there's 733 superheroes in it. You know what I mean?
Well, not only that, but Civil War was broken up between different franchises. So Spider-Man had his own Civil War. Iron Man had his own series of Civil War. I don't know if you guys are into comic books. You know, every X-Men had their own Civil War, and each one was intertwining, and you had to buy all of them to know what the hell was going on. And it was in different series. So me, myself, in just Spider-Man, I had to jump into 4 different series of Spider-Man that I gave no shit about, like the Ultimate Spider and all this crap, because they all have to do with the Avengers. But I would have preferred more of the longevity that we were talking about, where they stretch out the movies longer. I would have loved to have seen an X-Men Civil War starting, then a Spider-Man Civil War starting, and then all of a sudden it's just Civil War. Civil War orgy, everybody jump in the pool, you know? Let's fucking do this. So
I mean, I guess the point I was trying to make, though, is just that, like, a Hulk movie in this day and age does not have to be like, oh, this is Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, like, trudging through the forests of Cambodia or something like that. Like,
walking down the road.
It can be a story about his interactions with the other heroes. It can be an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
It would be nice to see a movie that centers around him.
Yeah.
Where it's more about him and the way other people are interacting with him and dealing with the issues of having the Hulk on the team.
It's just his story's not sexy, though. You know what I mean? Like, you get bitten by a radioactive spider. You know, you watch your parents get shot in an alley. Oh, I got blown up in an explosion. Hooray!
It's funny because, like, I actually disagree. Like, Hulk is my favorite Avenger by a mile. Like, even in the Avengers movie, he's like the most interesting one in both to me.
It's just,
and like, he's a wild card. He's like the most interesting.
God was the best line of either movie.
Yeah, like that whole. I got chills just thinking about that, and then just like the whole. That's my secret. I stay angry or whatever. Like,
I'm always angry.
Yeah. Like, Hulk was so awesome to me, and I actually do think you can just do a movie centered around him because, like, he is a conflict in, like, his existence is a conflict.
But
like,
it's so basic. I think that's the main problem with it. Like,
I don't know about that.
You have really dark interiors, like with Batman, with Superman. You kind of got your idea. Superman's super basic as well. I would put Superman in the same pile as Hulk, which is very basic in nature as how he's constructed as a superhero, and then very basic by his enemies as well, which we also talked about, which makes a big deal about the superhero. The Hulk has a very basic. It's radiation.
But I'm talking
radioactive man.
I'm talking about
the goggles do nothing.
Like his creation, like his existence, though. I'm not talking about necessarily like how he became a superhero,
but that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not like anytime he's around radioactive like material, he becomes his. It's anytime he gets pissed. And that's a thing that happens to everyone all the time. Like, I think, like, they can extrapolate on that a lot. Like any mundane interaction can be intensified by the fact that I might turn into this giant thing that I have minimal control over.
Okay, but it's just but pointing back, like everything about the superhero has to do with something either about their origin, about their life. With the Hulk, I don't get that. With the Hulk, it's just I get angry and then I get mad. Where the hell do you get that from radiation? Well, Spider-Man got bitten by 9-year-old Spider-Man got bitten by a radioactive spider. Okay. And he turned into a spider. That does things, okay?
I think this is why we got to go deep into the Banner story and his origins of how he gets so mad, or like how he dealt with anger before.
Okay.
Or some sort of, like, we had to go deep into his story for this to actually work and to do well.
You're seeing the lack of connection that I'm talking about, right?
Because we know what the Hulk can do. We see him in Avengers. He's kicking ass and he can't be fucked with, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that him throwing a tank is not cool.
But I'd be much more interested in seeing the Banner origin story of how he got to this point.
Yeah.
You know, and just to see who he really is.
Because literally, it's one moment to the next. He's just out there and it's blown up, and now he's a Hulk. All right, cool.
We know the
He's
backstory,
green.
but I want to go deep into that. Maybe that might be a good approach to a standalone Hulk movie.
Yeah, Zach, you were gonna say something.
Oh, I was just curious what it's like being wrong.
Explain.
You wouldn't know, would you, Zach?
How, like in the movie, do they detail any of that? Why?
I mean, the thing is, okay, it's the same thing with Spider-Man. The reason why the Spider-Man is going to be successful, and you guys speak ill of it now, but once you guys see Civil War and once you guys see Homecoming, you guys are going to love it. It's the same reason why this Hulk is, why you guys love this Hulk, is because it broke the tropes of like, oh, yeah, this is his origin story. And it's just kind of like this inherent knowledge. I don't think it's necessarily you need to know his coping mechanisms. It's like, does he count to 10? Like, no, you know that if he gets pissed, like this is gonna happen.
But it seems like a throwaway. It seems
human beings get pissed every time Aaron talks about. Yeah, man, Destiny's so good. Like, if I was Hulk, man, I would have destroyed this building long ago. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, we human beings get pissed.
Same way if you would talk down.
But I feel like I felt more intensity out of an angry Batman than I do out of an angry Hulk. Still, like I feel like you can empathize the feelings from that hero because his origin story has a lot to do with it. He walks around dressed as the dark black bat. Like, that has so much to do with his origin story. I really don't get that from a giant green guy.
Origin story?
Yeah, he sells oranges by the freeway, okay? It's been a hard life for Batman.
Black.
You don't build a mansion on oranges. That's all I'm going to say, okay? Full circle. That was full circle. Okay, but I you know what? For your sake, Ben, and your sake, Zach, I hope we do get a better, well, I guess a newfound. I want a new. I'll take another reiteration of
Spider-Man will always be more popular
that
than the Hulk, which is why Spider-Man will always sell better than the Hulk will.
But that's why Spider-Man's got to be with the Hulk, because when they were together, it was always awesome.
You probably see more Black Widow with the Hulk in a standalone Hulk movie. You know she'll be in it.
I also need some Wolverine with Spider-Man, because that would be good in my life right now.
That would be cool.
What other mashups do you want to see like that? Like the weird mashups, not like the ones that you know, like fucking Doctor Strange and Fantastic Four. I'm talking about the real mix-ups, like Spider-Man and Wolverine and shit.
I'd like to see the Fantastic Four, but like actually work
instead of be shocked by everything. No, I would love to see the Fantastic Four. Like, nah, you know what? Actually, never mind. I would not like to see.
I'd like to see a lot more of Doctor Doom because that man's a fucking badass.
He was badass.
Himself.
He stole the show on both. Like, well, did you do both movies?
That dude's a powerful dude, man. Like, he's a fucking badass.
We're on take 2 of Fantastic Four right now, right?
Very soon be on
take 3 already. So
with the way that one,
it'll all come back. So I just say let's just hold our breath until they make better movies.
Give me a Thanos and Doctor Doom.
The one mashup I really wanted already happened, which is Justice League versus Teen Titans. I'm totally serious.
Okay.
I like
it'll probably happen.
No, they already did an animated movie.
No, but not animated in real life. Like I'm sure they want to do a real life take on that. All right.
And I do want to say, as far as mashups go, I'm very excited for the Defenders, which is basically all the Netflix Marvel shows coming together.
Yeah.
Because Daredevil is amazing, Jessica Jones is amazing. They did a killer job with the Punisher, no pun intended.
Can I ask, what is Jessica Jones's thing?
Sex.
That's it. She just
sexes
her way through problems.
No, she's super strong as well. But it's yeah.
Did you see the show?
It was a great show. It's a great show.
So the issue with the show is a lot of people had with it is it's not an origin story. It's not like a middle story. If anything, it's a past story. It's like after she saved the world and she's just trying to So that's why it doesn't really showcase her skills very well. But skills not the right word, but her powers. But yeah, she is she's super strong.
But David Tennant as Kilgrave was amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it looks like we're running out of time. We're not going to be able to get to our last thing, but we can save it for next pod, which was our ratings thing. We can talk about that next time. But I really want to thank everybody for coming out here. It was really good. We had actually really hot talk on this one. It was like a lot of good topics. We're changing the world, you guys.
I think we had hot topics.
There you go. You get a check for that. Yeah, the check's in the mail, Zach. You're getting it already.
I have a Fall Out Boy shirt on.
Yeah. Aaron, you got anything you want to plug on the Nerdbot site?
I'm just more excited about the announcements at E3. Next week we'll be talking about that for sure.
We're going to recap. It'll be the E3 recap.
It's going to be nothing but E3 next week.
No, we still got to talk about ratings. Like a PG
How about we just rate E3?
Okay,
perfect. We'll rate E3. So.
Yeah, there you go. Like I said, a ratings cap.
How was E3 for you? Yeah, no, I actually put an article what to kind of expect in E3 and what I'm hoping for the road to E3. Check it out on Nerdbot.com.
Oh yeah, so there you go. You can make, by the time you read this or hear this, you can read that and make a comparison. Was Aaron right? His predictions.
And he
Madam Aaron.
Yeah, almost certainly no. Aaron's like, all right, at PlayStation, they're going to have a whole bunch of hot Cheetos, and they're going to announce that there's a sequel to the Nintendo 64 called the Nintendo 65.
Ben, you got your the game beat up on Nerdbot.com. It's on Facebook.com/NerdbotMedia. And it's on the YouTube as well. It's for Nerdbot
on
Media.
The tubes.
On the tubes. And Zach, you had an article go up.
I've just been like what tends to happen is right before E3, a lot of like the news leaks.
Okay. And you're just bumping it all out.
Yeah. And what will often happen is news will leak, and then they'll confirm it because like, oh damn it, I got it now. So I have a Final Fantasy 12, put up a piece on that, and
nice.
Just a couple other game delays.
Cool. All right. Well, I got some Lego stuff going up on the website pretty soon, so be looking out for that. And I also edited a WonderCon video from like way back when,
nice.
So check that out too. You get to see a lot of cool cosplayers on that, and a Julia Voss, who was the face for the female role from Resident Evil. I'm totally spacing on the
Jill
Redfield, Jill Valentine,
Jill Valentine,
Ada Wong,
Jill Valentine, not Ada Wong. We had her in studio last time. But she was the actual face for the scanning that they did for the Resident Evil games, and she is insanely beautiful. Nice. So you have to check her out on that video. That's the only reason I'm plugging it, because she's awesome. All right, so you can check out everything we're doing here at Facebook.com/NerdbotMedia. We're also on Instagram at NerdbotMedia, and you can find everything that we were talking about and that we do at Nerdbot.com. I have been your host, Anthony, for Aaron, Ben, and Zach. Have a good day. Keep the nerd side of life.
Thanks, guys.
Word.
Greetings, my fellow Americans. I'm here to tell you about my new economic policy. Act fast and you can get a $13 ticket to Nerdbot.com. And that's a hell of a deal, considering that if you go to the after party, you're going to get a $20 play card at Dave & Buster's. That's a hell of a plan, and it's a plan I stand by. Check out Loki2016.com. This is Loki Hates You for Nerdbot.com, September 24th at the Pasadena Convention Center.